Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah, one of your adjudicators for OSSDF, and here are your special awards. So our first special award is our Unison Award, and that is for number 11, Run It, from Chatham Kent Collegiate Institute. So this routine was extremely well rehearsed from start to finish. It was perfectly in sync, and it was a medium group category. So there were 12 dancers, but it seemed like there was only one dancer. I was so impressed and it was clean. So that is why you're getting the Unison Award. Congratulations. Our next special award is our Musicality Award. And that is going to routine number 10, Heart Meets Mind, from Newtonbrook Secondary School. So this routine was completely connected to the music. The choreography was another instrument within the music. I always say really great choreography makes you hear things in the music that you wouldn't normally hear. And this routine had all of that. The artistry was incredible and every moment was enhanced through the song. And every dancer was 100% immersed within the music. So congratulations on your Musicality Award.
Okay, hi, my name's Cathy Harris, and I'm one of the adjudicators for OSSDF. And I'm going to give a couple of special awards for the students. But first of all, I want to tell you that I'm a retired teacher, and I spent 18 years going to Dance Fest, and I loved every minute of it. So this is special for me too. So I'm going to start with the dynamic personality, and it's no original, and it's from St. Thomas of Villanova. And I felt that the quality of the movement pulled me in. And a lot of times you don't see the contraction release, the swing quality in a piece. And I really felt that drew me to this choreography, and I really enjoyed watching it. The second one was Elements of Space in a Little Party by Tagwa, and this piece was really amazingly done with the elements of space, especially for a novice group. You moved all over the stage. And I really enjoyed the way you moved across the stage, and the levels that you used, and the entrance and exits. And I thought you did a really good job. So thank you so much. I enjoyed it.
Hi, my name is Duranyi. I'm one of your adjudicators, and it's my pleasure to announce a couple awards here as well. The first one is to group number 18, Feel Good. This is the Feel Good Interpretation Award for Alone Now from Chatham Kent. And one of the things that captured my imagination about this was just how carefree and how light and uplifting this performance was. I found myself drawn into the storyline, and especially the way I know it's so difficult to use expression nowadays with masks on, especially when you were recording these, but the expression in the piece transcended that mask, and it was a delight. The second one that I'm pleasure awarding is for entry number 50. It's the Solid Group Commitment Award, and that goes to Red Moon from Laurel Heights. And I thought everything about this piece worked in such synchronicity with one another. The choreography, the expressive nature of that synchronous movement. Everyone was committed to that storytelling, and it was a beautiful thing. Thank you.
All right, so my next special award goes to number 21, Fleeting, and you are receiving the Dynamics Award. So this routine, the moments in the choreography shifted from really staccato moments, really precise, to then the next moment, it was smooth, full of resistance. This routine kept me on my toes. It was unique and interesting to watch, and it was just full of dynamics. So you're getting the Dynamics Award. Congratulations. My next award goes to number 57, Land of Lola, and you are receiving the Fabulous Formations Award. So this routine was full of formations. I blinked and all the dancers were in a new formation. They were seamless. The transitions were flawless. And the routine was so well thought out. I knew exactly where to direct my focus. If there was a soloist doing some choreography, all of the dancers would point towards them. And it was just really well thought out, really well rehearsed. And the formations were fabulous. So congratulations.
Okay, I'm going to stop for 1 minute. I don't have the number of my dances.
That's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they'll see them, I think. So I think
I'll stop saying them then.
Yeah, well, I can stop saying them too.
Yeah, we'll stop saying them. Don't worry.
I'm using the printout, so
Yeah.
I wrote my notes beside it. So
yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'll start now. My next award that I'm going, sorry. The next award is for expressive attitude, and that was a duet, Girlfriend from Porter. And I really felt that the two dancers connected to one another. Oh my God. We just started. Okay. Take a minute. My next award here is Expressive Attitude, and it's for a duet, Girlfriend from Porter. And I really felt like the dancers connected to one another, and not just physically, but there was a real connection between the two. I really felt that Girlfriend depicted the choreography because of the connection between the two dancers. So great job. I loved it. The next dance was Moving Energy, and Bridging Boundaries was the dance, and it's also from Porter. And I really felt like there was like energy all over the stage. The music pushed the dance forward, but the dancers kept up with that drumming and movement across the stage, and it really engaged me. The whole dance, I was just watching how much energy was put in all the dancers, and I loved the colors of the costumes. They were awesome. So great job. Thank you.
My next award is going to is the award for musical attitude, and it's going to Wings from Laurel Heights. This was a small group hip hop number. I gotta say, this is the thing that I loved about this is that hip hop is so very, very hard to do because it's a street form of dance, and it's packed with attitude. And that's one of the things that I got from this number is I got that real gritty kind of street attitude. The way that you use that hip hop phrasing within the music, I just thought was spectacular. Thank you so much. My next award is the Soulful Interpretation Award. And this is going to Found. And the school, I'm sorry, guys, I'm going to mess this name up. EJ, help me out, somebody. Longinesse. Thank you very much. That's the school. Soulful Interpretation, the award Found from EJ Longinesse. The best part about this is at times it was watching like a flock of birds. The way that you raise the dance form up, and it became like it was on wings or like it was on ice. How smoothly you all transformed the space into something that was energetic and exciting, and drew me into the artistry that you were bringing to the stage. Thank you.
My next award is called Born to Entertain, and it goes to Stand By Me from Laurel Heights Secondary School. So this was a duet, and these two dancers they're just born for the stage. I also have to mention the choreography, because the choreography was creative and entertaining, and there's full of story, and that was Tara McFarlane. But the dancers, what I really loved about it, throughout the whole story of the routine, there was eye contact. I felt that they were connected. When they were doing lifts, it wasn't just eye contact for safety. It was lifts because it was a part of the story. I was entertained through the entire solo, and it just felt like a breath of fresh air. So congratulations to all three of you on that. And my next special award is Mesmerized, and this is going to Missing You from St. Anne's Catholic High School. This was a solo, and the dancer's name was Jordan. So Jordan, I was just mesmerized through your entire solo. Your artistry, your exceptional musicality, your unique style, and just your connection to the music. I was just watching, I think I said in one of your recordings, I was just like, wow, I'm just mesmerized. So you are getting my Mesmerized award. Congratulations.
Great. My next special award is Unique Connections, and it was Meta Angel. And it's from St. Thomas of Villanova. And the piece started off beautifully. Everyone was connected to the movement. We were connected to each other. The forms that you made were beautiful. I was mesmerized by it. And I called it Unique Connection because some of the movement that you did choreographically, Murray, that was very beautiful, was something that I hadn't seen before. And I've been around for a long time, seen a lot. And for me to see something new is amazing. And especially that lift, it almost looked like a lift fall, and it was done beautifully, and it took me by surprise. Congratulations, it was really, really beautiful. The next award is Emerging Award, and it's for Way of Movement, St. Joseph's High School. And this was a really, really unique beginning, and very simple things that grabbed me. And it was walking backwards. Like, I know that doesn't sound like it's anything, but it was so effective. And I thought that the entrances and exits, and I love the fact that you contrasted movement with each other. It wasn't always done the same time and everybody's moving the same way. There was contrast in there. So congratulations. I really enjoyed your piece.
Thanks, Cathy. My next award is the Synchronized Attitude Award, and it's going to Womanizer from St. Joseph's. You know, I don't really know what to say about this. I was jotting down timestamp codes because that's all I could get my pen to do while I was watching. The rest of my writing was illegible because I couldn't write and watch at the same time. It's one of the numbers that I had to watch probably 5 times, and to keep reminding myself, Ed, you have to take notes. Ed, you have to take notes. What can I say? Unison movement, attitude, bringing something, raising something, you know, off the page into real life. This rivaled some of the best dance troupes that I've seen in my life. So I just really appreciated that artistry. My next award is Street Vibes, and that's All Right from Newton Brook. And this is a hip hop duet. So what I said about hip hop earlier and that gritty street form of artistry, this kind of goes even more for this because now it's a duet. Now you can't hide anywhere. This is 2 people. And I really thought you shared the stage well, that you gave over to your partner. You took, you gave, you took, and you kind of you embodied that piece of music. And that's what I really appreciated about it.
Great. So my next award is the Full Out Award. And this goes to Last Waltz from Newton Brook Secondary School. And this was a duet. And these two dancers were full out through the entire routine. It was full of energy, attack. It was fun. When the dancers were they're reaching through their fingertips through the entire routine. If there was like a head roll, the whole body release. It was awesome. And I was so appreciative that you danced full out. So congratulations, you're getting my Full Out Award. My next award is the Details Award. And this goes to Have You Ever Seen the Rain from Chatham Kent Collegiate. This routine, it was just so exceptional. The details in the choreography, and the choreographer was Alice Sutherland. I don't think that there was a beat or accent or lyric missed through the entire routine. I was so amazed by the details. Every single little bit was articulated, and the artistry of the dancing was just excellent. So thank you.
Great. Thanks, Sarah. So the next special award goes to Laurel Heights, and it's Jailhouse Rock. And I gave them the unique use of a prop. When I first saw the jail there, I thought, okay, they're going to stand behind it and then come out. But you really surprised me. You moved it around the stage. You moved through it. You were on top of it. You did little spins on top. And it was very unique the way that you incorporated that prop as a dancer. Okay, I'm all for having props, but if you just leave them on the stage and go away from them and come back at the very end of the dance, then you're saying, well, why use a prop? But the way you incorporated that prop was amazing. And I know it was a group choreography. So kudos to the dancers and the choreographers. So, and the next one, also the Strong Message Award goes to Social Dilemma, EJ Lajeunesse. And again, you use that prop in a very unique way. But for me, it was like a prop that sent a message. And that message, I kind of used the word message because it was a phone that you used, and it was kind of like a play on words, I guess. So I really felt that the message came through, especially when you removed the dark clothing and everybody was bright and you were away from the phone. And I think that we should all listen to your message, because I think a lot of us use the phone too much. And it was really well presented. And thank you so much. Are we done?
Well, that ends the special awards for Dance Fest 2022.
Did someone
I don't think so.
All
No,
right. Okay, so hold on. So then let's go back.
Did we do Red Moon? Was Red Moon done?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So then it's mine. I'm doing.
Oh, and I didn't do. Sorry, Jordan. I didn't do the Commitment to Precision. I haven't done. Oh, yeah, I should have done 3 in a row. Remember,
that's right.
There was
the
last one. Yeah.
So you're going to do Commitment to Precision, and
then I'll do Embracing
the Past.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oops. Okay.
All right.
And regroup.
Okay. So Jordan, we're jumping back in. Ready? Here we go.
And my next special award is Commitment to Precision. And this is going to Tap Solo Heart Out. And the dancer's name was Haley. And first off, I love tap. So I was so happy to see a tap solo. But not only that, this dancer, her sounds were clear, separated. She was grounded. There was a high degree of difficulty, executed extremely well. I loved all those double toe stands. So I was just thoroughly impressed through the entire routine. So you are getting the Commitment to Precision Award. Congratulations.
Good. Okay, this is a special award for special pieces. It's embracing the past, and it's I really was heart wrenched by what you had done. You weren't going to get any marks. Of course, you got our feedback, which is awesome. But the repertoire work is it's hard to reconstruct choreography and to perform it. And I really want to recognize the hard work that you put into doing the repertoire. So Kill the Dance, Newtonbrook. I saw the original when they did it at Chatham, Kent. And it was like duplicating the original. Really good job. Meteor with Laurel Heights. I didn't see that piece, but again, the work that you did was awesome. And I really appreciate seeing that, because I hadn't seen that before. And Dreams for Chatham, Kent. I also saw that choreography too. I can't remember what school it was at, but what a great piece that you brought forward. I loved it. It had a great message. I loved the movement and the music. So kudos to you guys. You're getting embracing the past, meaning that you embraced what was before you, because Newtonbrook was, I think, 14 years ago. So great job. Thank you so much.
Well, this ends the special awards section for the Dance Fest 2022. On behalf of the adjudicators, we say thank you to the dancers for all of your artistry.
Thank you.
Yay, okay. Check mark 1. Woo. I'm gonna have some water.
That's pressure.
Yeah, I have to plug in my computer here.
Now, do you want me to keep rolling or do I pause this?
I would just keep rolling. That's what Laurel said, just in case if we stop and start, then if we forget and miss a whole chunk, then.
Okay, so how do we want to split these next ones up?
Doesn't matter to me.
This is, I'm assuming, this is the overall awards, right?
Correct.
Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections, and then the big award. So there's 5 sections, and like the Inspiring School Award. So how do you?
Okay, so
I think it'd be confusing for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm simple. It'd be confusing for me to go back and forth in one category.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is what if one of us does it, like, so why don't I do group performances?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Somebody else does most inspiring duet trio, somebody else does solo, most inspiring and most promising, somebody else does, and then someone else does most inspiring, promising choreographers.
I think, wait, do we have to announce all of these, or is it just the overalls? Oh, wait.
No, just the overalls.
Okay.
So most inspiring group, duet trio, solo, most promising dancer, choreographers.
Okay, great. Yes, sorry. I was looking at the wrong thing. My apologies.
So my suggestion in this would be just, if I did the first one, you guys split the second 2, and you guys split the second. Like I was thinking, Sarah, you'd probably take the choreography one, and Cathy, you would take the most inspiring and promising dancers.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then I'll cap off the very end the same way as I just this ends the award. This ends the overall awards for excellence in dance artistry. On behalf of the adjudicators, we say thank you very much.
And I think we should say that this is based on not on our opinion, but it's well, it is our
Based
opinion.
on cumulative of technical and
artistic marks. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Sorry,
I think
can we just repeat one more time? So Edward, you're going to do the intro and do the group performances.
Yeah.
And then who was doing the duet and trio?
One of you two.
Oh, okay. Like, Cathy, do you want to go second?
Sure.
Then? Sure.
Yeah,
And then I can do the most inspiring solo, and then who's doing the most, and then Edward, to go back to you for most inspiring.
No, I think it goes back to Cathy. So each of you, there's 5 things there, right?
Yeah.
So I'll do the first one. You guys split the next 4.
Oh, okay. And
I'll bounce to you, Cathy, to you, to Cathy, and then we all do the last one.
So can we do that? Like say it all together? Or maybe you should do the last one, Edward. Like most inspiring school.
Okay, how about this? I'll do, and our final award is the most inspiring Ontario Secondary School Dance Fest School, and somebody else do the name of the school.
Sure, I can do the name of the school.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I can say their average score for 3 different dance styles was 96.7. Okay, sorry, I'm like, so.
Okay,
Edward,
so I'm going to do introduction.
Yep.
How it was marked, group performances, the last one being advanced to lyrical small group epilogue from Laurel Heights Secondary School. Then I'm going to hand it over.
Cathy's next.
Cathy's going to do most inspiring duet trio.
Yep.
You're going to do most inspiring solo.
Yep.
Cathy.
Yeah.
Is going to do most inspiring promising OSSF dancers.
Oh, so okay. So is it Chris? Well, how do you pronounce that name?
Which one?
Chriselle. And what about the other one? Is it Shamara? Shamara. Okay, Shamara. Okay.
Okay, and then I'm doing choreographers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I'm going to say, and finally, the most inspiring blah, 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 blah. And you'll say the name of the school and go over their marks.
And then congratulations to all dancers.
Cathy, why don't you say that?
Okay.
So you're gonna, Edward, you're gonna announce the most inspiring school. I say, or sorry.
You said the name of the school?
Yep. And their mark.
And their marks and how it was derived. And then Cathy's gonna say congratulations to all our dancers, and that's the end of that section.
Yep.
Cathy, do you want to mention what Laurel said, that the top 6 schools were all within 1 point?
I actually put that in my notes for my notes or whatever that I was going to do for choreography, but I can do it then. Or
yeah, because she said the top school, like there was 6 schools that were in the running for the top school. Like they were.
If we say that, they're going to want to know what schools.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I don't.
Yeah.
So I put in my notes that the performance was so awesome that there was there was schools that were so close together in the running.
Great.
So I don't know, but I can put it there. But then I don't want to separate it out, because then they're going to wonder what schools it.
Okay, how about, why don't I do this? Why don't I go, so for our final award, it's the most inspiring Ontario Secondary School Dance Fest School, which, by the way, so many schools were only separated by 1 mark that this made this an incredibly tough decision.
Yeah.
But the overall school is
Holy names. Yeah. Okay. Great.
Okay.
Yeah. That sounds great. That's awesome.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. Good call. So I'm just looking at these names. Ava, just under the choreographers, how would you say the intermediate one? Is it Maisa?
Maisa?
Maisa? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Maisa? Okay. And then Laurel was saying Dulcie, but would it be Dallas or Dulcie?
Dulcie.
Dulcie? I'll just say Dulcie.
Really? That's what I thought. I thought it was Dallas.
Yeah, I thought it was Dallas too. That was my instinct, was Dallas.
Dallas.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And so
Okay.
then Porter, Holy Names,
Misa.
St. Vincent, NTB is
Yes.
Newton Brook, and STA is St. Anne's. Okay.
Yes. St. Anne's, Newton Brook, St. Thomas of Villanova, Porter, Holy Names.
Okay. Well, I guess if we get to a school that we don't know, we can say POR
Oh.
and Cathy, which is, and you can help us out.
Yeah. Well, I'm familiar with a lot of them.
Great.
Okay. So
Okay, we ready to go?
Yeah.
I need to
Okay.
make-
All right, Jordan, here we go. Take one. Now we come to the point in the adjudication where we're going to give out the overall awards of excellence for dance artistry. These are based on the cumulative marks of technical and artistry from all three of the adjudicators once they've been tabulated. So our most inspiring Ontario Secondary School Dance Festival group performances, novice, contemporary small group, social dilemma, La Jeunesse, intermediate 1, fusion, large group, heart meets mind, Newton Brook, intermediate 2, jazz, large group, Vogue, St. Thomas of Villanova, advanced 1, jazz, small group, Love on the Brain, St. Joseph's, and advanced 2, lyrical small group, Epilogue, Laurel Heights Secondary School.
Okay. For the most inspiring Ontario Secondary School Dance Fest Duet Trio performance, novice cultural trio, Pukam in Porter is the school. Intermediate 1, open duet, The Last Waltz, Newton Brook. Intermediate 2, hip hop trio, Good Form, St. Thomas of Villanova. Advanced 1, contemporary duet, Where It All the Time Go, Newton Brook. Advanced 2, jazz duet, Stand By Me, Laurel Heights Secondary School. Congratulations.
Our most inspiring OSSDF solo performances in the novice category, lyrical, La Vie en Rose from Porter. Intermediate 1, contemporary, When I Was Your Man, also from Porter. Intermediate 2, lyrical, Missing You, St. Anne's. Advanced 1, contemporary, King, Forest Heights Collegiate. And advanced 2, contemporary, My Mind from St. Anne's.
Okay, most inspiring and promising OSSDF dancer. Novice, Karina from, am I saying that right?
I would say Karani.
Karani. Okay. So Jordan, just take that out. Okay, most inspiring and promising OSSDF dancer. Novice, Karani from Porter. Bridging Boundaries, All of Us, Pocum, Run It. Intermediate 1, Shamara, Newton Brook. Heart Meets Mind, Last Waltz, Kill the Dance. Immediate 2, Jordan from St. Anne's. Perfect, Missing You, Not Your Fault. Advanced 1, Chriselle, St. Joseph's, lead dancer in Love on the Brain and Home Glory. Advanced 2, Kate from Holy Names High School, Fleeting, Facade, and The Unknown. Congratulations, dancers. Wonderful job.
And our most inspiring and promising OSSDF choreographers in the novice category was Ava from Porter. In the routines, Confident, Greedy, All of Us, When I Was Your Man, and Run It. In the intermediate category, Maeza from Holy Names. In the routine, The Kingdom. In the intermediate 2 category, Claire from St. Vincent's. In the routine, Vogue.
No. St. Thomas of Villanova.
Oh, St. Thomas of Villanova. Okay.
So why don't you just go from intermediate 1?
Yeah, and did I say that name right? Maeza?
Maisa?
Maeza? Okay.
I
I'm just gonna go from the beginning of the category. So Jordan, I'm sorry.
How would you pronounce it, Edward?
I don't actually know. I mean, Miaja.
Miaja. Okay. Miaja. Okay. And St. Thomas of Villanova. Okay. So
Yeah.
Miaja, St. Thomas of Villanova. Okay. So Jordan, I'm just going back to inspiring and promising choreographers. And for our most inspiring and promising OSSDF choreographers in the novice category, we have Ava from Porter. In the routines, Confident, Greedy, All of Us, When I Was Your Man, and Run It. In the intermediate 1 category, Miaja from Holy Names. In the routine, The Kingdom. In the intermediate 2 category, Claire from St. Thomas Villanova. Routine, Vogue. In the advanced 1 category, Anna from Newtonbrook. In the routines, Heart Meets Mind, Where'd All the Time Go? And in our advanced 2 category, Dallas from St. Anne's. In the routines, Not Your Fault and My Mind. Congratulations, dancers.
And finally, our last award is the most inspiring Ontario Secondary School Dance Festival School. And with this is the highest accumulative marks from dance entries from 3 different dance styles and levels of performance. And in this, I just have to tell you, this was the hardest thing in the world because our calculators were going like crazy because there were so many schools that were separated by only 1 mark. So our most inspiring Ontario Secondary School Dance Festival School is
Holy Names High School from Windsor, Ontario. Congratulations to all of you. Your average score for 3 different dance styles was 96.72.
Awesome job, everyone. Congratulations to all the dancers and choreographers. Hope to see you next year.
okay.
Great.
Okay.
Whew.
All righty. Whew, is
So
right.
now we're going to do our 7 minutes, which is an introduction in 2 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like 3 lines.
That's okay. I'm making this as I'd like to go last so I can make this up as I go along.
I can go, or Cathy, did you want to go first, or do you want me to go first, or what?
It doesn't matter to me, like however we want to do it.
Well, you haven't gone first, so you could go first this time.
Okay.
Then.
All
Sure.
right. So what is this thing? Is this the adjudicator's message? Do I say something like?
I think from what I just
say,
got from Laurel, it's sort of just
Final overall thoughts.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. On the, oh my goodness. Overall thoughts of the thing, like the whole presentation. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, oh boy, can we have a minute?
Do you want me to go first, or do you want? We can have a minute for sure too. But
somebody goes first, I can go second.
I'll go first because
Okay.
I mean, I spent 18, well, almost 20 years doing Dance Fest, right? In all levels. So,
Sure, I'll go last then. That's fine.
okay. I just don't know how to start. Okay.
Is this where we introduce ourselves? And
That's what I was wondering too, but this
that's in the
seems,
workshop.
yeah, yeah, that's in the workshop. I think this is going at the end. So
Okay.
they'll have already seen our special words and our overalls.
Okay.
Okay.
So just our thoughts on everything.
So maybe
Right.
we start with a thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds good.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to repeat myself. So I'm going to congratulate everyone. So, okay. So Jordan, I'm ready. Okay, dancers, I'd like to congratulate you on what a wonderful year. I have to tell you that it was one of the hardest adjudication that I ever had to go through. I've done some adjudicating, and I've watched over 20 years the OSSDF. I've been part of it with the school, St. Thomas Villanova, and I can't tell you how impressed I was with the performances and the pieces. The choreography is amazing. Even just the different levels, the novice were brilliant, and all the way up to the advanced. The levels were really good, and I'd like to express my deepest thanks for you for inspiring me. I recently retired. I've been retired 2 years, and dance has been sort of on the burner. And this was an awesome way to bring about dance for me in my life. And I would like to thank you for inspiring me.
Thanks, Cathy. You know what? I'm going to just start by saying the same thing. Thank you so much for sharing with us all of your artistry, for putting yourselves out on the line, and taking a chance on yourselves. I was really inspired as well by this dance festival. I think probably the things that touch me the most is the way that in complete earnest honesty, these dancers came to their pieces. They interpreted the music and the choreography, either of themselves or others, to the full extent of their abilities. They filled the space with their energy, and they really took ownership of the artistry that they were putting out on stage. It didn't matter what skill level they were at. Everyone was striving for the best that they could possibly be in that moment, on that day, with that camera running. And it's such a precarious thing to do, but you're never going to get a perfect shot of an entire routine. And yet some of these were quite close to perfect. So thank you very much for all of your artistry and the way you gave of yourselves in these numbers.
Thanks, Edward. And just to finish it off, I am just so blown away from all of the talent and all of the routines that we watched. I could just feel the artistry and the passion and the creativity just bursting through the screens. It's been a long 2 years, and I could just sense the joy that everyone was feeling, especially in the group numbers, that we were dancing together. We weren't on Zoom trying to not kick our furniture. We were actually able to be dancing together, which is just so special. And we haven't missed a beat in our technique, the performance quality, even with the mask and the computer screen. I could still feel that storytelling, the storytelling through the eyes, through the physicality. and it was just so special to watch. I am an alumni of Dance Fest. I competed at Dance Fest a little while ago with Blue Vale Collegiate, and it's just so full circle to be back at an Adjudicator. This event is so inspiring, and I just thank you to all of the dancers and the choreographers and the educators for your passion and your artistry.
Okay, Jordan, that's a wrap for that section.
Whew.
That was good.
All right.
Yeah, good
last
job,
section to
team.
go.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the workshop, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what are your two areas that you're going to talk about?
I'm going to talk about the creative process and being an artist, and the next step, because obviously for me, the choreography was really good, but it was in a recipe. I'd like to see them break out of that recipe.
Okay.
So, and then I'm going to talk about, Laurel wanted us to mention the titles, so that I felt that that kind of worked into the creative process, because if you have ownership, then you're going to put a title on it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great. I am going to talk about transitions for one. I have three. I just don't feel like how I don't know. I might talk about three if that's okay with everyone. I just don't know how long I'm going to talk about each one. So I figured it would be nice to maybe have three, but transition for one. And then I want to talk about port-de-bras, the quality of movement in your port-de-bras. And then just a short little one is connection, if that's okay.
Okay. I'm going to talk then. I'll talk about the idea of extension from one phrase into the next. So I'm going to touch maybe a little bit onto your transition.
Sure.
And this idea of unison movement, about understanding what the rule is, and then knowing when you could break it. And I'm going to tie that into this idea of hip hop. I want to go back to this idea that it's a street form of dance. You can't tidy it up. It has to be dirty. It has to be gritty. It has to be. It's a different way of communicating. So don't try to make it pretty, right?
Right.
Allow it to be gritty.
And even like, Edward, the connection of each, like they stand in front and they do their movement, and hip hop is so playful.
Yeah.
The connection between
but that's what I'm gonna rely on you guys to do that, right? So come in and talk about connection.
Yeah.
Right.
I think we should make it like we're having a conversation.
Yeah, I think it's great to have a conversation, but then also like maybe announce maybe the topics that we're sort of doing, if that's okay.
Yeah. Well, you're the lead on that topic.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, if the feedback and the conversation is awesome, I think throughout, like what Laurel was saying, I think that's really nice too. If you have anything that I'm talking about you want to add, please do for sure.
Okay. So this is like a 20-30 minute thing, right?
Yeah. It's 20 to 10.
Okay.
So should we put a time limit on it, or just?
Well, I say if we're hitting 10:10, we need to end it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that sounds good.
I don't want to come in as the heavy and go, okay, Cathy, let's go. Papa's got to have an alcoholic beverage now.
Amazing.
The glass is empty. Does anybody mind if I just quickly grab another beverage for myself?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Is it okay? Just take 2 seconds?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
How should we start this? I don't really know.
I don't know.
Oh, this is when we also have to introduce ourselves, she said.
Oh.
Like just briefly, like, I'll say, hi, I'm Sarah. I'm alumni of Dance Fest and now an adjudicator. I think just saying our names more so, and sort of introducing ourselves.
Like
Because
a little bio, you mean?
no, like just like, you know, when we did the special awards, we didn't
Oh,
say
okay.
like this is like a separate thing. So like I would probably just say, hi, I'm Sarah. I'm one of your adjudicators from OSSDF2022. I was also an alumni of performing at Dance
Bluegill.
Fest, and then done, you know, like just
Yeah.
something like short.
Okay.
Yeah, I just thought of this. Isn't Chriselle one of the girls on Selling Sunset?
Yes, that's
Isn't
why I
that-
thought of that
yeah.
name.
I
was
don't
like,
watch
I know
that.
that name.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Chriselle. She was on a soap opera, right?
Yes, I watched that show. It's a full guilty pleasure, 100%. So
Oh, I can't wait for the next season. Like
Yes.
I binged that.
yeah, same.
Oh my gosh.
That's hilarious. No,
yeah.
I
It's
haven't watched it.
addicting. Oh my gosh, Cathy, it's so addicting. It's like, it's guilty pleasure for sure. Yeah.
Did you guys watch the Tonys?
I
Oh,
miss
I don't have any cable here.
Oh,
So I got updates because Shalina Kennedy, who I've worked with at the festival, was at the Tonys
okay.
because they were nominated. They performed because she was
Oh.
in Paradise Square. And so
Oh,
she was
nice.
texting us. She'd do a
Oh.
blast out and go, okay, this just happened.
Wow.
Or she'd do a selfie with somebody in the audience, like patting the pone and go, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
But I didn't
awesome.
get to see them.
Yeah, I want to rewatch. I want to watch the performances at least, because I've been seeing all the buzz online. So that's my goal tomorrow, is to watch all the performances.
Nice.
Okay.
Who wants to-
What's our order going to be? So we're going to go kind of 1, 2,
Why
3,
don't I-
1, 2, 3.
Should we introduce ourselves and then do
We're
the
going to have to
topic?
in this one. We're going to have to,
Mhm,
because this is a
But-
separate thing, right?
mhm.
So, but I'm saying, like, instead of me introducing myself and talking, should we all introduce ourselves? And then
True.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Mhm.
I think because it gets boring, I mean,
Yeah.
the kids will probably be bored.
Well, that's what I mean. If we keep it to, 20 to 30 minutes,
Yeah.
so they can see the clock on the side, go, okay, this is
Yeah.
not that long.
Yeah.
right?
The only reason
So-
why they listened to us in the last video is to
Yeah.
get the awards.
That's
Yeah.
right. So why don't we do this? This is going to just be my directorial suggestion here, but what if, Cathy, you introduce yourself first, and then we go to Sarah, and then we go to me, just because you
Okay.
guys have history here and I'm the newbie.
Oh, well, welcome, newbie.
And then do you want to just keep that as a pattern?
Sure.
Cathy,
Sure.
Sarah, myself, Cathy, Sarah,
Yep.
myself,
Yeah.
right?
Sure.
And then Sarah, if Cathy's going to start, do you want to end it all?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
At the end?
Let's do it. Yeah, because I have that extra one. So I think maybe I'll do that extra one, because
Perfect.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Okay. Lovely.
Okay. All right, Jordan, we're done communicating. We're going to start. Hello, my name is Cathy Harris, and I'm one of your adjudicators for Ontario Secondary School Dance Festival. Sorry, I have to start over again. Sorry, Jordan. Okay. Okay. Hello, my name is Cathy Harris, and I'm one of the adjudicators for the Ontario Secondary School Dance Festival 2022. I have to tell you that I started doing this in 2003 when it was at Bluegill. And I was at St. Thomas of Villanova at that time, and I recently retired. But I started out as a dancer. I danced for 10 years, and then I went into dance education, and I taught secondary school. And now I'm doing the AQ courses at the University of Windsor, teaching teachers. And I just love dance. It's my passion. And I enjoy watching it, doing it, and talking about it. So I guess that's what we're going to do.
Thanks, Cathy. Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah Vance. I'm one of your adjudicators for OSSDF 2022. I was actually dancing at that dance fest that you just mentioned, Cathy, back at Blue Vale. So I'm an alumni of Blue Vale Collegiate and an alumni of Dance Fest. So I am here full circle as an adjudicator now. I was also an adjudicator for Dance Fest in 2019, so our last in-person event, and I'm so happy to be back here 2022. I've been a professional performer for the last 15 years and also a dance educator as well.
Hi, so my name is Edward Duranyi, and I think I started dancing before I started walking, to be quite honest. When I was growing up, sort of pre-high school, during high school, and just after, I belonged to a cultural folk dancing group that did folk styles from a lot of Europe. And that actually enabled me to travel the world. I spent most of my artistic existence as a director and as an actor and as a teacher with the Stratford Festival. And I spent 20 years there, all told probably 30 years as an artist. And my last position at the festival was the Associate Director of Education before I decided to go back out on my own and kind of rediscover my artistry and to see where the world would take me in this iteration of my career. So I'm actually incredibly happy that it's taken me right here. And just like Sarah was saying, it's brought me back home because I grew up in Kitchener and I went to Grand River Collegiate. So I know all the schools that she was just talking about and most of the schools that were part of this grouping. So thanks.
Great, Edward. That's awesome. Today, we are going to talk about something, and most of the comments here are next steps. So you guys did an awesome job, and the performances were incredible. But as artists, we're always looking to improve or to go forward. You don't want to stay in the same spot and not progress as a person, as an artist. And artists are observers. So I'm going to talk a little bit about choreography and the platform. This is an amazing platform for you guys to explore and take risks. Nobody's judging. And I really feel that the choreographers, I'm going to talk to you, need to take more risks. That's your next step. And I have a few things that I want to challenge you with, so that you go, well, what is she talking about? What do you mean taking risks? So first of all, I want to tell you that choreography means dance writer, or choreographer means dance writer. So that means that you're writing movement, that you're making movement, and it comes from here. And you, we pull from all over places, but the most things that speak to the audience is when you speak from your heart or from something that is very close to you, very passionate. So when we choreograph, we have ideas and we have concepts, and maybe we read a book and it was really something that intrigued us, and we want to do movement that creates characters from that book. So I'm going to set up a challenge for you for next year, and I would like you to improv movement so that you can come up with some ideas in terms of movement. And the other thing is that I'm challenging you not to pick a song first and choreograph to it, so that you can create from yourself. It's nice because a lot of us pick a piece of music that we really enjoy to listen to. But when you pick a piece of music, that dictates what the choreography is going to do. So that becomes the choreographer, because you're following the line of the song. So what you want to do is get movement together, work and play with dancers in the studio, because playing around, you come up with crazy ideas, and those are the things that are the most spontaneous. And making mistakes are great. So when you make a mistake, sometimes that is about playing, right? And I really think that you need to explore that way. And I'm not criticizing what you're doing. I'm challenging you to go further and take risks and speak your voice as an artist, because artistry speaks to us. We're observers. Artists are observers, and you can change people. You can inspire people. You can move people if you choreograph from the heart. So that's my challenge. And I was going to talk about when you write your own choreography, instead of using the title of the song, you will come up with your own title. So the original work will give you that title, so that you don't use the title of the song. And I know a lot of the choreography was followed through by the song, and that's okay too, because it's some guidance that you can use. But I'm just offering this challenge to you so that you can explore movement in different ways and taking risks, because that's when it's fun, is when you do take risks. So
Hey, Cathy, do you mind if I just tag in on this? Because I think making mistakes is a vital part of our artistry.
Yes.
If we don't, like, I mean, this goes to that whole idea of failure. And
Right.
we all think failure is a bad thing because that's been drilled into our heads. But for the artist, failure is a necessity, because we learn so much more from our failures than we do from our successes, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And it pushes us to take those risks and to take more artistic risks. You know, the best pieces of theater, the best pieces of dance that I've seen have all been not necessarily avant-garde, but the things that have pushed boundaries, where myself as the audience go, what did they just do? Right?
Yeah.
That takes the audience by surprise, because those dancers are so invested in it. And I really enjoyed what you said about, choose a song afterwards. It's something we do in theater all the time. We design something, we rehearse it, and then we just switch everything about it all the time, right? Never do it twice the same way. Never do it to the same piece of music, because all of a sudden you find these brilliant moments of coalescence where you go, well, that was just magic, right? That you would have discovered otherwise.
Or the other option for the student is which I've done before, is get students in the school that want to compose, and they come in and they compose music for your piece. And I have had students do that, where, I actually had a student in my class that didn't want to dance, and he played guitar. So his band composed the music for the dance. It worked out great. I mean, everybody had a great time. So
Yeah. And you could even go a step further with that if you had someone who was a musician and they could be composing to some of the choreography that you're coming up with. So you could ping pong back and forth different ideas, and just how you said start the choreography, what Edward mentioned as well, like a light bulb went off. Like I've never actually heard anyone say that to me before, just even as a dancer, like come up with some of your choreography and your ideas before you pick a song. I just think that is, that's just really interesting and such a unique way of approaching the piece. So I think that's great.
And actually that for the teachers out there, I would have students choreograph or come up with a movement sequence, a composition, and then I would play 3 or 4 different kinds of music to that. So maybe a hip hop piece or a classical piece or like a world music piece, and they would see how they responded to that in their bodies, right? So, and then sometimes they wouldn't put that movement to the hip hop music. And so they would see how that changes everything for them, you know? So.
Yeah, great.
Sarah, what about you? What's your next step?
So my next challenge for everyone is transitions. So through a lot of the recordings, you'll hear me talking a lot about transitions because I'm just such a big believer. Transitions are just as important as all your technique, as everything else. And a huge element is allowing those transitions to continue the storyline. It's so much more than just going from A to B or switching from this formation to the next formation. The challenge is, can there be more purpose in that transition versus like, oh, we're just going from a V to now 2 straight lines. And I made this comment, a transitional step, 2 common transitional steps are either walking or running. And I like to think even just one little idea to start the storytelling is, are you walking to something or are you walking away from something? So it's just a simple idea. Or are you running away from something or running to something? So if a choreographer gives you, okay, all the dancers run off stage because we're going to have a soloist in the next 2 counts of 8. So yes, the choreographer told us to run off stage, but are we running to something or are we running to get away from something? It just adds that little bit of element and detail that makes the routine so much more interesting. So I think my challenge with transitions is to just go back to those routines and say, how can I give this more purpose? This, even if it's 4 counts or 8 counts, or how does this continue the story? Just to rethink and just throw out a couple ideas in that and just making those part of the story and having a little bit more purpose.
Hey, Sarah, would you consider that what you were just talking about intention?
Yes,
what are you
absolutely.
running to or running away from?
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
idea of that's the intention here. So play the intention rather than the music.
Yeah. And just, instead of just, I'm just supposed to go here. Like, what is the intention in that? Yeah.
I'm not doing my blocking. I'm not doing my patterning. You're actually living that moment.
Yeah.
And that also is staying in character.
Mm-hmm.
So if you make a transition, it's almost like you drop your character or your energy, and then you go to that space that you're supposed to go to, where you're supposed to carry that character or that energy into that it's part of the transition.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's transitions are just as important as any of the other technique, as the battements, as the fouettes, as whatever. They're just as important.
Yeah, I was just thinking about this as you were saying that. It's almost like you don't want to transition from A to B, from A phrase to B phrase. You want a transition from A phrase to J phrase, because then it gives you the ability to seek out B, C, D, E, F, G, H I. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mhm.
You get to explore all of that before you get to J, which is the next musical phrase, right?
Yeah,
Or
absolutely.
can I say something?
Yeah.
Challenge the student to do a piece of transitions
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
not even think about, just do a piece of transitions.
yeah.
Huh.
Lovely.
There you go.
Well, actually, you know what? Mine kind of my next steps, kind of tails right into that transition thing, because I want to talk about the idea of the extension of one move into the next, which is kind of like what you two have already said. Is, if you listen to the Adjudicators notes, this comes up time and time and time again for myself, is that the aspect of, and this isn't actually, this is not a criticism, but something that I strive to see within the pieces themselves, the idea of holding a choreographic phrase until the last possible second and then shifting into the next phrase, because it creates such a dramatic tension, and it lets that, whatever that last move is, build, and snap into something else. Rather than something that finishes and drops and then changes into something else, because all of that energy then goes down into the bottom of the stage, and you've got to work so hard, whether you're a soloist, a duet, a trio, or a small group or a large group, to raise that energy back up again, right?
Mhm.
So within those, the phraseology of it, not sure if I just invented a new word or not, but I'm going to say phraseology.
I love it.
Is
Phraseology.
that extending that one, or that series of moves that takes you from one phrase into the next,
Mhm.
so that there's a connectivity and a joinery with the whole piece.
Edward,
Sorry, please
no,
go
no,
ahead, Sarah.
no. I was just, if you don't mind, that actually really mixes with what I was going to talk about, with just the quality of movement of the port de bras. And just like what you're saying about extending those phrases is the same thing with when it comes to any arm movements. Is there's just such a difference. Exactly what you're saying is, okay, I'm reaching my arm here versus I'm reaching like through that whole, and it's just a simple little like light switch, but it just makes the world of a difference. Or if it's a lean back, okay, I'm leaning back, or I'm leaning back, I'm releasing, and then I'm going. Like, so it's just, I think just me talking like that just really flowed into that. And yeah, you can continue, but I just had to talk
And
about the arm quality. Yes.
And I'd like to add one little thing to that, is it's being in that moment rather than thinking about what am I doing next. It's actually being in that moment and really drawing the audience into that moment and then taking it to that extension.
Mhm.
So I felt like sometimes that extension isn't followed through because the dancer's not in the moment of it. Does that make sense?
I used to do a little exercise with my student actors, that was, I'd say, I don't know, I'd show them the highlighter and I'd say, hey, listen, there's a highlighter hidden in this room. You need to go find it. But they all know there isn't a highlighter hidden in the room because I'm holding the highlighter, right? So they pretend to look for the highlighter. And I kind of stop them and we talk about, well, what were you doing there? And invariably they will come back and say, well, we weren't really looking because you had the highlighter. I said, okay,
Right.
so let's change the exercise. Before you came in this room, I hid a $20 bill in this room. Really hid a $20 bill. So whoever can find the $20 bill can keep it. And they go, oh, you're making that up. And I say, no, on the level here, there's a $20, and I do hide a $20 bill. I just hide it in a spot where nobody's going to find it. But then I ask them to repeat and they go searching, and now they are mad crazy searching for it. and they're really looking for, and they only let them get 10 seconds into it. And I stopped them and go, what changed?
Hmm.
And they go, well, now if you're telling the truth, there's really something here. So there's more of an intention,
Mhm.
an impulse for us to actually be looking for something. And I go, yeah, well, that's what you have to do with your acting. That's what you have to do with your dance.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do with, that intention behind it will fill out those moments, right?
Yeah.
And just like you were talking about, this is a reach, but no, this is actually a reach, because this tells me nothing. But if you really going for it, you're really going in the same way as that's the way you're exiting stage, right? That intention,
Yeah, it's funny how it's all circling back to intention, even though we're picking different topics that we're talking about, even just developing the choreography, the transitions, the just quality of arm movement, it's all circling back to intention. Yeah, and that's just the same, like when the reaching, or even just resistance in your arms. Are your arms coming down, or are they moving like it's moving through water? There's just that extra element on top of what you're just doing on surface, and intention, I guess, is the word of the day. It seems like it yeah.
And it really comes through to the audience when there is an intention and movement. The audience can feel what you're doing. So if it's
Cathy, what is your next steps? What's your next step?
Who?
Cathy.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. My next step I gave, which is the title of the pieces. So I can reiterate that because it's important, because I would say that most of the pieces were named after the songs. And that is giving ownership to your piece to someone else. And what you want to do is own your artwork, own what you do, and put a title on it with your name. So that's my challenge for next year. I would like to see all new titles.
That's so important about owning your work. I really appreciate you saying that, Cathy. I think that's so hugely important. It's yours. Put your stamp on it.
Yeah.
Take ownership of it. Take pride in it, right?
Yeah. And the choreography was incredible. Take ownership of it. It was excellent across the board, throughout the whole festival.
Right. So what was your next?
For me, we sort of touched upon the port de bras, that it kind of blended into that intention. So I'll talk about my last one here was actually connection. And so this can be connection through a duet, connection within a group. And simply put, if you're having fun on stage with the dancers you're on stage with, as an audience member, we're going to have fun watching you. So I think, especially with duets, the challenge is really make sure it feels like a duet. You just don't want to have two separate solos dancing next to each other. Find those moments where, if you're crossing each other, like make eye contact, add those high fives. Just there's something so special that when I watch a routine and I feel like the dancers are in it together as a team, and that's with the groups too. If I feel like you're in it together collaboratively as a team, I see those little moments. There was a lot of, let's even just say, hip hop routines where there's some party moments or some grooving moments. Like, look at the dancer next to you and have a little party. And then as an audience member, I'm like, oh yeah, I want to be in that routine too. So I find it's something so simple, but that can be easily overlooked. Make eye contact with the dancers that you're on stage with. Have fun with each other, because then as an audience, we're going to have fun watching you. And that's what it's all about, right? Why do we dance?
Right.
We dance because we love it and it's fun. So don't forget that is kind of, something to remember.
And that's coming back to I'm going back full circle again to the choreography, play,
Mm-hmm.
have fun and play to like in the studio, and those moments will come onto the stage, you
Yeah.
know, those fun moments that you're talking about,
Yeah.
which I think is really important, you know, and it's getting rid of all the judgment that you're thinking people are talking about you, and especially in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're so, you know, if you're worried about what people are saying, don't worry about it, you know, because if you're comfortable in yourself, then everyone is comfortable with you, I think.
I think, Cathy,
Um,
that's a really valuable lesson for all of us at any age, is to
yeah,
shut that third eye
Yeah.
down, right?
yeah, the
Because it
judgers.
does you
Yeah,
no good. It's always the one that's going to be critical, overly critical for no reason, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's super valuable. I, if you don't mind, my last challenge in this, or my last thought or next steps is, I wanted to kind of bring up and just kind of tag in on Sarah here with those connections, is the idea of hip hop. Again, listening to the adjudication notes, I kind of harp on this quite a bit. But here's an art form that came from the street. This is, I mean, as it started out, it's a couple guys on a street corner with a piece of cardboard, right?
Mhm.
And a whole mess of attitude. And well, I really appreciated all the work that the hip hop groups and trios and duets and all those numbers did. What I would challenge those dancers to moving forward or for next year is to kind of find that gritty, hardcore attitude nature of what hip hop was and why it started as urban street youth dancing to express themselves, to make a point, how that changed the nature then of hip hop music and rap music, because each of those forms feeds on one another.
Mhm.
And I mean, it's not pretty. It's not meant to be. It's meant to be filled with emotion and attitude. There's some nice stuff that happens on the subway in New York City, in the cars, but it's dangerous and it's exciting and it's volatile. It's the same stuff you see on the street. It's explosive in its nature. It's not quite pretty, and or I guess maybe I would say sanitized, right? So, think about reclaiming what that original art form was, and how do you interpret? Don't interpret somebody else's stuff, but how do you then interpret it? What does that mean to you? This idea of working from the inside out and intention and whatnot, because then it will make so much more sense to you and then to the audience. And I grabbed my notes out while we were talking here, and a lot of my notes on this stuff, the connectivity, that kind of extension, this idea of reclaiming that grit. I can't tell you how many times I've written, break it, bend it, stretch it, find it, right?
Yeah.
And it's the pursuit of something rather than the accomplishment of something, right?
Yeah,
That it's nothing that can be tied in a neat bow. There's always more to discover and more to discover, and it's that drive for the dancer that actually moves them through space. Does that make
that's a
sense?
good
Yeah.
point, Edward, because hip hop talks to the younger generation. I mean, even though some of the real cool guys are getting up there in age, but it's just a fun, upbeat movement that kids really like. And I think it was great that you addressed
Yeah.
that kind of style. Because like I said, and I always tried to get my students to rearrange hip hop, however, just to make it their own again, which I think that's what you're saying, because that's where the expression came from, the streets, because of the frustration.
Yeah.
And it would be a nice outlet.
I mean, hip hop and breakdancing, those things, it's the boiling point.
Yeah.
Right. That's where it all bubbles over. Right. And it just,
Right.
that's their form of expression. This is bubbling over. I'm going to dance the shit out of it. I'm not sure if I can say that. Can I say that?
I don't know. Jordan will cut you.
They'll dance the heck out of it.
Well, that was great.
Great. Well, overall, we were really impressed with all the artistry throughout all of the routines. And we just wanted to add a few challenges, just some next steps to really think about. And I think through everything we talked about, the word of the day is intention, through all of the artistry and all of the technique and all of the transitions. So but thank you so much for a wonderful, wonderful event.
Yeah, it was great working with you guys. Thanks.
I wish everybody a great year, and I can't wait to see everybody next year. Okay, I guess we're out.
Yeah.
Jordan, we're done? Okay.
Yeah.
10:18.
Well, that's not bad.
Oh.
I mean, so that's almost 40 minutes?
Yeah, it
Probably.
is 40. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they can cut whatever.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, it was good.
Well, it's been a pleasure
enjoyed
meeting
that.
you.
Yeah,
and
it
working
was-
with you.
Yeah, it was nice to actually collaborate a bit
I know.
and meet
I actually-
everyone.
I felt like I was in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Do we need to hold on to any of our dance notes or notations for any of this beyond this point? Or
I don't think so. I feel like they're announcing everything on Wednesday. So Jordan is putting everything together tomorrow. And I think then it's a wrap there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
But yeah, hopefully all of this recording gets sent to Laurel. It's all good.
Well,
That's
we'll
why
see.
So
We'll see when
worried
I press
about.
stop.
Don't
I
put a
press
jinx
record
on
to
it.
cloud. So
Yeah, great. Well, it was great meeting both of you, and hopefully our paths cross again. And
Yeah,
yeah,
that was
lovely.
Great.
Lovely
Thank
meeting
you.
both.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Okay. Have a
Okay.
wonderful evening.
Thank
You
you.
too.
You as well.
Don't work too hard, you two.
Yeah.
I'm not.